Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to it's the second episode now of the audio Purgatory. And frankly, a lot has happened since the last time you listened to audio Purgatory. It's only been about a week or so, I believe, since we've done it. But yeah, so Trump has COVID. It's basically the most 2020 headline you could imagine. Everyone's freaking out. A fair amount of people are kind of happy about it, and just in general, it's big news. A lot of people weren't expecting it, and I would argue the media reaction hasn't been the most tasteful. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, first 2020 has definitely been a wild ride, and this absolutely adds to it. Trump getting COVID, makes you realize, if you didn't already realize before, how real COVID is, right? And we already know that, right? But it reinforces how real COVID is. It wasn't just Trump as well. His wife got COVID and several Republicans got COVID. So they are linking it to the recent outbreak of COVID in Cleveland, which is where the debate was. So it just takes that one person. It just takes that one person to, take their mask off for a couple minutes, or to get up close to somebody, or just to slip up one time, and that one person will spread it to the whole inner circle. Just one small mistake like that. As far as the media's reaction to it, I gotta admit, I'm not surprised, but I am definitely disheartened. A lot of the mainstream media, the way that they're covering it, of course, is just downgrading Trump, downsizing Trump. They're covering it in a way that it makes him look irresponsible. It makes him look bad, and obviously that's nothing new, right? Let's be obvious. Let's be honest here. The mainstream media has been against Trump since the beginning, but they're really trying to cover it like he's irresponsible, he's immature, when it's really just one small slip up that really probably wasn't even his fault anyways. The memes that I've been seeing, and the some of the reactions I've been seeing, I saw a couple videos on Twitter from elected Democratic officials, actually elected Democratic officials, who are happy that Trump got COVID. And that's just, if you just look at that from the outside, you look at that, like if you lived in a different country, it just shows how divided America is. And that's not okay. We can't be divided like that, because at the end of the day, we are on the same side. And to see how low some of the people on the left are scooping, it's just really discouraging for me. And really quick, I wanted to just add a quick subtopic about it too before we moved on. People are justifying, they're saying, oh, I'm happy Trump got COVID, I hope he dies from COVID. And they're justifying it because they're claiming that he is a white supremacist, and they're claiming that he did not denounce white supremacy. We all watched the debate. He denounced white supremacy. When they asked him to denounce white supremacy, he said, sure. Did he choose the best words? No. Was it the best way ever to denounce it? No. He could have said something better than what he said. But did he denounce it? Yes. Is Trump known for misspeaking? Is Trump known for, always saying the right thing? No, never. He always messes up. That's why a lot of people don't like him, because he's so blunt, and he's not a career politician that's used to just saying what people want to hear. Not only did he denounce white supremacy in the debate, Trump has denounced white supremacy 20 times in the past 4 years since he's been president. 20 times. If you don't believe me, look it up. It probably won't be on the top of YouTube's algorithm, because they'll probably try to hide it. You might have to dig for it. But there are videos out there that combined it all the times Trump has denounced white supremacy. And he has denounced white supremacy 20 times. So the justification that these people are trying to make, for their pretty heartless comments that they want Trump dead, it's just not right. It's not right at all. And a quick thing about Proud Boys, because that was a group that was brought up. A couple facts about Proud Boys. So one of the biggest leaders. So there's two main leaders in Proud Boys. One of the main leaders is Mexican. Another fact, they have Mexicans, whites, and black people in their group, and that's a fact. Another fact, the mainstream media, the Democratic media is trying to, what they said is they said that Proud Boys has a link to white supremacy, and that's why they are a white supremacist group, because they're trying to, create these links. So what happened was the other leader of Proud Boys, he published an article in a magazine. That magazine happened to also publish an article from somebody else that later turned out to be a white supremacist. So it had nothing to do with the owner of Proud Boys himself. He literally just happened to publish an article in a magazine that also published an article from a white supremacist. So that is the quote-unquote link that the media is saying that they have to white supremacy. But if you actually look at their stuff, and if you actually go to videos that show their protests and show their content, they don't burn cities down. They don't hurt people. They don't kill black people. Nothing like that whatsoever. Actually, as a matter of fact, every single Proud Boy protest that I've seen, agitators go up. The other, the Democrats go up there and start drama with Proud Boys. So it's just something you may want to, look into regarding Proud Boys. But that's mainly how I feel about, Trump's COVID. Hopefully he gets better, and hopefully, we can get reach some kind of middle ground that, we're not just sitting here, wishing death on him, regardless of if you agree with him or not.
Yeah, most definitely. You had mentioned that a lot of people in Trump's inner circle had gotten COVID as well. A lot of people are making memes like, oh, I wonder why you're only seeing these Republicans get coronavirus. It may have something to do with the fact that Trump hangs out with Republicans. Trump doesn't hang out with a whole lot of Democrats, so he's probably didn't pass on the coronavirus to a lot of Democrats, I would imagine. And, I think it's fair to say, because Trump has had a little bit more of a lackadaisical approach to the coronavirus than some would have liked. It is fair to say that that could have potentially led to him getting it, but at the same time, that doesn't justify Trump getting the coronavirus, because he has made efforts to curb stop the spread of the coronavirus. He's done things in an effort to help people. Love him or hate him, he has. Along with the thing in February he did where he put on like a travel ban, I thought from China or whatever it was, from all these countries, to ensure that the coronavirus wasn't spreading more rapidly. Something like that was really positive, and I don't know. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's something that's just easy grabbing for people that don't like Trump, that they're going to attach to. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there that are showing support, and it's kind of nice. And there's also these conspiracies that are going around. There's a lot of conspiracies going around right now because it's just perfect timing, right? Right before, it's like 32 days before the election. I think it was like 3 days after the debate. It's just very bizarre timing. So some people are starting to think that the Trump campaign tied together with a bunch of Republican officials to make it appear as if Trump got the coronavirus, so that way he can get nonstop media exposure for the next month. He doesn't have to do anything except sit inside of a room. He doesn't have to attend a debate. And all the media is going to be doing for the next month is going to be Trump COVID watch. That's the only thing you're going to be hearing about, is how Trump has coronavirus. And Joe Biden's going to be in the shadows doing his thing. Am I going to say that's true? Do I think that's true? I don't know necessarily, because I think there's a lot of lost potential with Trump debating Biden, or maybe going out there and, getting his voice out there more, but who knows? It's very interesting, and frankly, with the political theater that's gone on in the past, with all of these conspiracy theories that have turned out to be true, like the thing with the Jeffrey Epstein, I was telling people about that in 2014. I knew about this years ago, and people were calling me nuts, conspiracy theorist, and then it came out and it was true, because it sounds crazy, but it's true. So who knows? 5 years from now, it may turn out to be true. If Trump does win the election, it could be attributed to him potentially getting the coronavirus, or him getting the coronavirus, because people are going to have a bit of sympathy for him. He's going to kind of humanize it a bit, because a public figure is going to have it, and possibly if he comes out and he comes out of it and comes out of it with the support of all of these drugs that aren't approved by the FDA, he can tell the American people, like, hey guys, these drugs right here helped. We might want to administer these drugs more and, help stop the coronavirus spread. So who knows? It's very interesting to think about. And no doubt this whole coronavirus thing is going to have repercussions on the election. As far as the white supremacy thing goes, because a lot of people are talking about Trump not denouncing white supremacy. The guy, because he has a big mouth, He said things, he's put his foot in his mouth so many times. He's had to make up for it by denouncing white supremacy so many times. He's gone out there and said, like, hey, you guys, I am against hatred in all of its forms. I am against bigotry in all of its forms. I denounced white supremacists. I denounced the KKK. He's listed these groups by name and denounced them. And yet there's like this new idea going out there that like, oh, well, because Trump didn't denounce white supremacists and the Proud Boys in the best way on the debate stage, he must be a white supremacist. You know, it's kind of the way that they're twisting it, and it's sneaky, it's underhanded. But what do you expect from people, or rather the media that doesn't like Trump? That's what they're gonna do. I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say on it. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens either way. Do your part and vote. Participate in the election, and if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe, and contribute to the conversation. And thank you for being a part of the glorious, beautiful audio purgatory.